All right, here we are again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we are. And
Here we are. Welcome to the PP Podcast, episode 6. That is
Axel X Jimenez, and that's...
Daryl.
And today we have a guest, Daryl, don't we? Let's introduce him.
Yeah, okay, we are live tonight with
Are we live?
Brantendo 64.
Also directly into the lens.
Yeah, we're here with Brantendo. This is actually my brother, and we've been talking about him on every single podcast that we've been doing so far.
You guys better have followed him by now. We've told people to at least follow him twice. So if you're not, he's gonna find you.
Yeah.
He's gonna...
We'll link his YouTube channel.
Yep.
To the description.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And you'll put one right here. Bam.
Oh, there you go. There it is. You guys see that?
Giving me work over here.
Yeah.
I can.
Right there.
Christ.
Okay,
Now I gotta
me-
add a title.
Yeah.
But anyway.
And another one.
Jesus
Okay,
Christ.
right here. Give me. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah,
I'm
just
kidding.
shut the fuck up already. Just shut the fuck up.
Nah, we could buy some. All right,
Okay.
Brandon.
Okay.
Yeah, man, you're here, dude. How does it feel being here on the podcast?
It feels awesome, dude. I've just been here for the past 2 hours waiting for you guys to set up.
It's not any different just talking to us like normal, huh? We do this here all the time.
And I've just been talking to you the whole time, so it's been the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dope.
But anyway, 3 things we don't know about Brantendo 64.
Wait, who's we?
Yeah, no, true.
The people,
who are
the people.
the people who are listening.
The PP fans.
and us.
Yeah,
Well, actually, we
No,
know
he's gonna.
about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
What is
the, the fans of PP.
What do the PP fans know? Or what do the PP fans not
They
know?
don't know. All right. You probably don't know anything about me. So, fucking nerd. I'm the drummer of a band called Crew Dudes, which he's the singer of, Daryl. I worked for this UFC fighter named Michael Bisping. That's probably the most notable thing I've ever done ever.
Oh yeah.
And I work for a company called Engadget, and they're awesome. So, yeah.
Damn,
Is
dude.
that 4 things?
Yeah, dope.
Is
I
that
think
3?
That's 3.
Three or
Yeah.
4.
Well, if you need another one.
I think it was
then-
Nerd, Bisping, and Gadget.
Yeah, and then also,
What's the main thing? What do you think is the most important thing?
honestly, right now, actually, this is one of the few times in my life where a few things are equally important to me. Like, yeah, it's super weird. Like, there's no one thing that's like.
All right, well, let's get into it. What are you doing these days right now? So you say you're working for Engadget? Yeah. So how's working at Engadget? Or what did you you don't work for Bisping no more, right?
No.
So how did working for Bisping and now working for Engadget? How do you like the? How would you explain the differences? Because man, you are doing some cool shit on both. You were.
Yeah. Well, working for Bisping was fucking awesome.
Michael Bisping, right?
For Michael Bisping, UFC
Who is
fighter.
that? Yeah, okay.
So Michael Bisping, in case you don't know, if you know who any of us dorks are, then you probably know who he is. But Michael Bisping is the first ever English UFC champion. He was the middleweight champion of the world. Yeah, super badass fighter.
Hall of Famer.
He won the championship with missing an eye, so that's fucking crazy.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, super awesome. Worked for him, and I got to go to some awesome events live. It was super cool, and I'm an MMA fan, so yeah, that makes it even more awesome.
So you were doing like videography and like editing for him, right?
Yeah. So
Like-
I was recording for him, like kind of vlog stuff, but also like he would record like stories and like he would break down like fights and stuff like that, and I'd
Yeah.
record that, and then I'd edit him. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Pretty much a at home job.
So how did you get that started? Like, how did you get that opportunity to work with him?
Well, I was a longtime viewer of his podcast, Believe You Me podcast. Shouts to them, BYM.
Yeah, go follow them.
Yeah, follow them. And longtime viewer of that. And I would send in video questions, like just random video questions, because they allow fans to submit questions to them.
They would pull him up, huh, and put him like on the screen.
And they
shit?
would actually put them on the
Yeah.
screen. And I was like, I'm gonna put like a ton of effort into my videos.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. And so I would make them like really look really nice with like After Effects and all that stuff and like lighting.
Yeah, so people would call in with like webcam-y type shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And you were like, fuck it, dude. I'm going to use my legit ass camera. I'm going to put some fucking hot ass graphics on this shit.
Yeah.
It's smart, dude. I remember when you
Yeah.
first started doing that, I was like, fuck yeah, man. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, so that's how you got his attention.
I basically just obnoxiously forced my way into his life.
Well, it didn't. I mean, how long did it take for you? Because you were sending those videos in, but then how long did it take for him to kind of be like, oh, like, let me work with this guy?
It was weird because like at first it was like, well, probably like just a few months because it was like, I don't know, I forget the timeline, but it was pretty quick that he just commented on the quality of the video, and also like him and his co-host would make fun of me.
Make fun of you.
Just call me a nerd and stuff like that. And one day I met him while the podcast were doing a live showing in LA, and so I went and I was just there as a fan. But then I saw Bisping at the bar, and I was introduced myself, and then that was it. From then on, like he expressed interest in working with me, and then I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's do this."
Yeah,
and
yeah.
So yeah,
So how long? When did you switch over to Engadget then?
I switched over to Engadget just like 2 months ago. So
Right. 2 months.
yeah, I started working with them, which is a cool ass job because it's like a more of like a 9 to 5 type of job than the Bisping one was, which that was awesome, but that was more like a chaotic schedule.
And you were working with Bisping only for like a couple months?
No, a year.
A whole year.
Full
Okay.
year, yeah.
And so before we get more into Engadget, how long were you doing like video production or learning how to like make good video and graphics and stuff like that before you got Bisping's attention? Like, how'd you learn how to do that?
Well, so I started making videos, with you guys actually, because I didn't know how to. I hadn't even touched a camera before 2018, so or 2017, something like that, and I had you guys, setting up the camera and stuff like that for my channel, which was Channel 3, which I still have. I just
Okay,
haven't-
see, there you go.
Yeah.
I was waiting
Channel
for you to
3,
mention Channel
sorry.
3.
Yeah, I was trying
That's
to. We
what
were
I
trying to
was
get it
waiting
out of
for.
you, man.
That's
We wanted to
alright.
get it out
That's
of
like
you,
that's
dude.
the main. That's like that is. I feel like the main thing that this guy represents is Channel 3.
Yeah.
Even though like the big gig right now is Engadget, but Channel 3, that's like you right there. That's
yeah.
like the future. Of
I mean, that's your
Nintendo, I think.
that's your channel. That's you,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
No. That is like basically like the foundation of all that I know now in like the video production and like editing world.
like where you like
Yeah,
practice
like
and shit.
all
yeah.
of my style and like After Effects and all of that kind of stuff totally came from that. Like
Yeah.
that's 100%. And so I feel like that Channel 3, I feel like still is like kind of ingrained in like everything I do. It's
Yeah.
just total Channel 3 style. Like even like the stuff I did for Bisping and the stuff I do for Engadget, it always is gonna have that like Channel 3 just
That's
like
where you like got your style. That's where
Yeah.
you learned how to like
exactly
do all that shit.
like if you two go off and do like make a movie just independently, like it would still have like remnants
Planet.
of the style that you developed here
Yeah,
at,
it's
like
Yeah.
Planet
Planet.
flavor.
Yeah, yeah.
And then everything out that you, because I've seen the recent video you did on Engadget about Pong,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it totally had like
Channel 3.
it was very Channel 3-ish.
Yeah.
It
And
was
I
very,
missed them, yeah.
It was
Yeah.
very Brantendo 64.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I mean, if you look at it, so go to Channel 3 if you're looking at the videos and stuff. I love the Mortal Kombat one. When you first talked about the movie coming out and like the video games, man, I love those because you would always pull in those old footage, old clips from like just everything. So like seeing that new Engadget video that you just made was cool. It was like I was like, wow, this is so Channel 3. Like it's great. It's perfect.
true. It's true. I was so happy that they had me do that video because I hadn't done a video just like a Channel 3 video at all for like I don't know, dude. I'm pretty sure it's been like a year or like a little more than a year. So I learned so much between not doing Channel 3 stuff and like all the stuff I've done like professionally.
Yeah.
That I've been meaning to see how it would turn out if I made a video like a Channel 3 video just with everything that I've learned, and then I got to do that, and it felt cool, dude. It was really awesome.
Yeah,
So,
fuck yeah, man.
yeah.
Well, it looked great. It looked fucking awesome.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, dude.
And Pong. I mean, if you didn't know anything about Pong before, then now you know. Pong.
Yeah, now you know.
It's pretty old. 70s. And the guy that invented Pong, that guy, he's the founder of Chuck E. Cheese.
What the?
That was it, him?
Yeah, that's the same guy.
Really?
The founder of
Oh,
Atari
shit.
is the founder of Chuck E. Cheese.
What
Fucking-
is?
is he still alive?
Yeah. How, no.
He,
well,
I think he might still actually be alive. Yeah.
dude, I
What?
saw. You know what's
Might be
funny?
alive.
How old is
I like. I
this dude?
think. I think a few months ago I saw like a documentary on. It was a YouTube documentary on Chuck E. Cheese, and I was watching it. and It was just fascinating, dude. That place just like was. It reached such a high during like the '90s. Like it was so popular, and now, man, just completely just.
Dude,
Did
I have-
you go to Chuck E.
yeah.
Cheese?
I
as
grew
a
up going to
kid?
Chuck
I have
E.
a
Cheese.
bad like.
I mean, not crazy. Like I've been there like a handful of times.
No, I like Chuck E. Cheese, dude.
But I remember,
I-
I remember being a kid and being like, okay, yeah, this place is not the same as like when I,
I
was
just-
Okay, yeah.
really young.
I just have like, for some reason, like just bad memories at Chuck E. Cheese. Like,
Like
I
what?
think I
Like
think
what?
about Chuck E. Cheese and I just think like, just bad shit.
Well, you guys grew up together. You guys are brothers.
Yeah.
What kinds of memories do you guys have at
Well,
Chuck E. Cheese?
I remember because when I was a little kid, I was like a little bitch. Like you remember, I was a little fucking. I was a little bitch, and everybody in my family denies it. They're like, "No, you weren't a bad kid."
You're a
But
normal
no,
kid.
I wasn't a bad kid, but I was a little crybaby little bitch. And like I remember,
You weren't that bad.
well, because I remember. See, I just know that I did things for attention, and one of those things were crying. I was one of those little kids.
You knew what you were doing.
Yeah, I know now, and one of the things I did was like I remember getting lost, like getting
Oh,
stuck
shit.
inside, like I couldn't find my way out of like the tubes, and I was crying like a little bitch, and I just remember being like, you know, like it's like a window, but it's like a round.
Yeah, the
like a
round
thunk,
windows.
thunk. Yeah, I just remember like banging on it, going, like I couldn't, like I just. Then I think Brandon went up to help me get out or some
I
shit.
do remember that.
Oh,
Brandon
man.
went up to help me get out, and then I had another memory where like we were there with my grandma. I was such an asshole of a kid, and we were there with my grandma, and there was this little girl who had like a big bump on her head. I guess she got hit in the head or something. She had a big bump on her head,
Mhm.
Like a
and like
cartoon,
and I refused to eat my pizza and look at the girl.
Wow.
Oh,
What
so
a fucking-
judgmental.
Just a dick. Straight up.
And I just remember like telling my grandma like, yeah, no, I don't want to look. And my grandma even had the girl come up like, no, watch, come have her say hi. And,
Oh
like,
my god.
like, she brought the kid in front of the fucking little girl. I was like, no, like a dickhead. Yeah.
Oh,
but
bad memories in Chuck E.
fucking
Cheese.
horrible memories at Chuck E. Cheese.
Wow.
To be fair, you were a kid. You didn't really know.
Yeah, and most kids are pretty bad at a certain age. They're all
Yeah,
like crying,
pretty dumb.
wanting attention.
Yeah, I was
Got
pretty
it.
stupid as a kid.
But yeah. Anyway, so Engadget, dude, that's the.
That's the new gig right now.
Yeah.
Dope,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's really cool. I'm working on another video, which is basically like a roundup of, like all of, like the congregate opinions on like the games of the year and stuff like that.
Oh,
So, yeah,
sick.
that's gonna be super.
Are you
cool.
polling like a lot of people or anything like, or like
Yeah,
shit that's going on with
Yeah,
like?
basically the people that like the staff of Engadget.
Oh,
I
okay,
think,
okay.
Are all contributing their opinions to.
Dang, that's
to games
cool.
like that, yeah.
What I want to hear is what you guys think about the new Mario trailer, the new
Oh.
Mario movie.
Yeah, I think. Have you seen it?
I thought it, okay, yeah. Let's get your initial reactions, Brandon. What's your initial reactions on that?
Because
I-
I got some shit to
okay.
say about it.
If we just can get past Chris Pratt's voice, because that sucks. I mean, it just sucks.
Dude,
It's
like,
horrible.
I
okay, look,
don't get it.
like everything is right about the trailer. Like
Mhm.
everything looks right. We have the characters look great as fuck. Like Mario looks a little chubbier in the face, but whatever.
Hey, but that-
Like,
you know.
But whatever. I can let that slide. And they got collars now, like they never had collars. But I mean, everything else is perfect. Like Peach looks fucking great. Like she looks bomb as hell.
Even the voiceover for Bowser. What's
Oh, dude, Jack
Jack
Black.
Black.
Jack Black.
He sounded
Jack
good.
Black sounds great.
Yeah,
Great
yeah.
Bowser,
See,
dude.
like that's how the casting was so could have been so good if they were just a little bit more like if they would have paid just a little more attention. Because Chris Pratt is just really
He
far
just sounds like Chris
off of-
Pratt.
They just want him to sound
they
like
had
a
him go-
normal guy.
Yeah.
They had him change his accent for one line. He was like, "Let's go."
Yeah,
And
it
I
was like-
"What the
Oh my
fuck?"
It was the bare minimum attempt at like, yeah, let's just do a callback to his old voice instead of just making his voice sound like it.
I mean,
Yeah.
do you think they like went out because movies do that when they try to like ask audiences, like they do like very limited stuff for people and be like, hey, so what'd you think about this and like this.
It's possible.
I don't even know like how people weren't like saying like, why is Mario's voice Chris Pratt like I'm sure they're facing some backlash. I don't know. Like,
yeah, they are.
'Cause, like-
pretty much no one likes the
exactly.
fact
It's
that.
gonna be like the whole Sonic thing. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
they should just get rid of Chris Pratt and
yeah.
then
Yo.
Like that's an easy fix.
This
Instead
is
of
my idea.
and
This is my idea, because everybody's saying crap like, "Oh, well, you might think Chris Pratt's bad, but like if it was all Charles Martinet, which is the Charles
original,
Martinet,
yeah.
the original Mario, they're like that would sound horrible for one whole movie." And I'm like, you know what?
No.
How about this? How about make one that's Charles Martinet
Yes.
for the people who choose to watch that one,
Yeah.
and then you make a Chris Pratt one,
And
and
then
then let's just see
have at it.
which one,
Pick
is
one.
Yeah.
watched more. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure. I'm almost 100% sure more people are gonna watch this.
Well, think
I think
Charles
Charles Martinet
Martinet.
can do it.
Yeah.
I think he can do it.
I-
He's never done a whole sentence in a game, but I think he can do it.
Yeah.
if
they
he
just
given
have
a
to write
chance.
the
Exactly.
dialogue in a
Yeah.
clever way.
they have to
can
write.
do it.
I mean, look at the games. I mean, like games have narratives. They
Yeah.
have like storylines. Like
Mhm.
you can easily write a part for Mario where it's just a lot more visual action and
Yep.
like have those lines, make it feel like almost.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
Pratt. The
give
whole
him
Pratt
important
thing.
lines. Like he doesn't have to have a lot of lines. He doesn't have to have a monologue, but just like
Yeah, he could have like.
he can have lines.
Yeah, he could have lines. I wouldn't
you
mind.
know? And I would have just preferred that. Like
Dude,
it
yeah.
just would have felt better.
Yeah.
It now feels like a Hollywood,
And
thing.
even if they were minimal, like the lines were minimal, like
Yeah.
the way the
He
Mario,
could execute.
like
him.
the way
He
we
could
know
totally-
Mario in the
Yeah, he
games,
could have totally.
it,
done
I feel like it would work. It would pass.
Yeah, it would.
Dude.
People would love
Yeah.
it.
Same
People
with
would
Luigi.
love it, dude. People would
I
love
just
it.
think that big Hollywood studios are really afraid of just going all the way, straight up pandering to people who play the video games and just
they just equate like, oh well, Chris Pratt has tons
Exactly.
of like
But the thing is,
people who love him.
most of what they did besides Chris Pratt is good though. Like
Yeah, and you're
everything
right.
else to me looks really, really good actually.
Yeah.
Like,
It
just
looked
the whole
amazing, dude.
world,
It looks so good.
Rainbow Road
Yeah.
and just that like obstacle course thing, super fucking cool. So
Yeah, it's wild. It's
everything else is dope.
So let's just see how it's gonna come out. I guess we're
Yeah.
gonna have to go see it and.
Yeah, but I mean everything else about it. It looks like it's gonna be a great movie. It looks
Yeah.
like it's gonna be a good fucking
Yeah.
movie. They're nailing everything on it. Besides just, I
Yeah.
would say just beside Mario and Luigi's voice. Like Luigi has the right, what is it, Charlie Day? He
Yeah.
has the right tone,
Yeah.
but
yeah, Charlie
just,
Day.
he
That's
needs
right.
to talk like Luigi. Man.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta make an attempt to sound like the character. You can't
Yeah.
just say, "Oh, I'm gonna run with it." Just
Yeah, and even like supposedly like in an article or something, Chris Pratt was like, "Oh, I've been spending a lot of time practicing my
Yeah,
voice
yeah.
for Mario." Like, no, you fucking haven't. You just
Yeah.
talked in
It's
front
gonna
of a
sound
mic.
like Chris Pratt. Just oh my
Yeah,
god.
he spent months practicing just to land on Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh
Jeez.
shit.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I want to see if it tops the Sonic movie. Sonic
Yeah.
2. Sonic 2. 'Cause
Well-
Sonic 2 is the best
Well,
one.
here's a good
Yes.
question then. What are your favorite video game movies right now? Like
okay,
if you could
of all
just
time?
if you could tell the audience right now, like, all right, guys, these are probably the best video game movies you should probably,
Okay.
you know,
That's a good
or
one.
learn how to appreciate because you have good. Like sometimes people bring up movies and they're like, oh, that one sucks, but when I hear you talk about them and like you point out all the things that you like about them, like, oh wow, like let me watch it with like a new perspective. Like,
Yeah.
I always think that's helpful.
Yeah. Okay. These are my opinions. Mortal Kombat: Scorpion's Revenge, the animated movie that
Fucking
came out.
awesome.
Yes.
It is
I think it came out
awesome.
That
during
one's
the
great.
pandemic, or maybe like right before, like
Yeah.
2019 or 2020. But yeah, Scorpion's Revenge. Watch that.
It's
Blue-
probably
That's
probably,
one of the best, in my opinion,
Blew me
video
away,
game
dude.
movies of all time.
Blew me away.
It's got all the it did everything that a Mortal Kombat movie should do. They did exactly that,
Get-
and that's proof
yeah.
that if you just go all the way with just let's just follow the concept of
They
the game.
really were diehard
Yeah.
on that, like the
Nailed
whole,
it.
yeah,
Oh,
the
so
storyline,
good,
everything was just so
The
perfect.
animation was good. Like
Mhm.
it,
It
looked
was a
nice.
Mortal Kombat,
blood,
like
Yeah,
man.
it felt
movie.
so Mortal Kombat. It had they
Yeah.
nailed it. They
Good,
nailed
solid.
it.
That's a good one. Yeah, you're right. I
Um,
forgot about that one.
Obviously, Mortal Kombat from 1995.
Oh yeah, dude.
Annihilation? First one?
I don't have a problem with Annihilation. Okay,
Me neither.
I
it's
love
a it's a
Annihilation.
horrible,
Yeah, they're great.
horrible film,
Horrible movie.
but I will watch that shit.
Oh, me
Yeah.
too. Because it's so visually pleasing.
Yeah,
And it's
It's
just
tongue in cheek. It's
Yeah.
so fun.
and it's Mortal Kombat in the 90s.
Yeah.
so
For
fun,
me,
yeah.
anything Mortal Kombat in the 90s was just
if I think if you're not a Mortal Kombat fan and you watch that movie, you're like, what the fuck is this shit?
exactly.
Yeah.
It has to be
But-
so
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
If
true.
you're not a Mortal Kombat
That's so
fan, that
true.
shit is just
Horrible,
so
dude.
just not even a
It's-
movie.
I remember watching it and being like, yeah, I understand why this could suck, but I like it. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
this.
but I love it. I
Yeah,
could
it's
watch
good,
Dude,
it's
I
good.
pop
Me
that
too.
bitch on and I'm fucking.
Whoever
I'm into it.
Whoever my next girlfriend is, I will not torture them by making them watch that shit.
Yeah, yeah. Like maybe if she's asleep, like if she's sleeping, like
yeah.
you know, watch what you guys were gonna watch
Guys.
and then just play it out.
Yeah, guys or girls watching, if you're a fan of video games and you love that movie because you love Mortal Kombat, don't force people who don't to watch that shit.
Yeah.
That'd be a horrible hour
It's a
and a
deal
half.
breaker, dude. It's
Yeah.
a deal breaker.
They might think you have problems.
But okay, so,
So that's two right there, right?
Okay, yeah. So let's go. Let's see.
I'll just lump the early Mortal Kombat ones together.
Okay, yeah,
Annihilation in the first one. Let's just put them as.
I love him.
I'm just gonna. This is an honorable mention. Resident Evil, but it doesn't go in my.
First.
Yeah, the very first one.
I
It's-
fuck with that, but I understand why.
It's
like,
okay. It's okay,
It's
but
not really too much from the game, right?
the problem, yeah, exactly. The problem with that movie is that's the first time I ever saw a movie just go, we're not even gonna make it similar to the games at all.
Yeah.
And ever since then, that's just been video game movies. They
Yeah.
just do that. They're just like, we're not. We're
But-
gonna add our own characters,
but-
Alice, and then.
I'll say this, and that's an interesting point, because I remember like knowing that when I first watched it and thinking like it scared me. I was pretty young when it came out, but I remember thinking
scared
like
me.
they may have fucked up like the storyline with the video game, but at least it's fucking gory. At least it's a zombie movie, and like at least it's kind of like it's kind of its own thing, and it's pulling from the video game. So like at least I think it has that going for it, because I
Yeah.
feel like some, I guess I forgot what movie kind of slipped my mind, but there's been a video game movie that like doesn't have any gore, doesn't like
Tomb Raider? Mortal Kombat?
yeah, like exactly those games, like Tomb Raider, exactly.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 2, the newer
No,
one.
yeah, the ones in the 90s, the Mortal Kombat ones had no
No
gore.
Yeah, no
at all.
gore, no gore.
blood.
Like, that was the
Yeah.
one flaw. If those movies had gore, like, if those were splatter,
Yeah, game changers.
oh,
yeah,
man,
those
they
would
would
be.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
like, elite god level.
So I get the
films.
Resident Evil one. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, so not
But at least Resident Evil.
Honorable
but,
mention.
But at least the reason it is an honorable mention is at least it's a horror film.
exactly
Straight up
That's
horror
what I'm saying.
film,
Yeah.
Straight up gore.
At least you got scared from the
Yeah.
movie that's
Yeah.
based on the scary fucking game.
Yeah.
So what's number 3, Brendan? Or I guess yeah, we're so Resident Evil, honorable mention. What would you say is the last?
Sonic 2. Sonic 2.
You're right.
I like
2
Sonic
was
1.
good.
Sonic 1 was, if we're talking about video game movies, Sonic 1 is, pretty much as good as they get, but 2 just takes it to a next level.
Yeah.
If we're talking, like, if you're a Sonic fan and you're a fan of just, like, retro games in general. And
Yeah.
Just,
I feel like with the first one, like Sonic is kind of what made the movie, like the character, and just the movie was fun. Robotnik, I think Jim Carrey was
Yeah,
great
he was
as
great.
Robotnik, but he didn't look like Robotnik. And then the
That's true.
second movie, just the look of it, like the way he played the character and the way he looked was fucking fantastic, and it was a great addition to the movie.
Yeah.
And then we had fucking Tails. We had Knuckles, dude.
Oh, you know what,
Yeah,
dude?
the
I
second-
haven't even
Knuckles
seen the
was
second
awesome.
one.
You haven't seen it, dude. You
I
gotta
was
watch
just
it.
realizing, I was like, wait a minute. I was
Yeah.
like,
Dude, the
Yeah, I
second
haven't seen
one
the second
is
one.
fucking
Dude, it's
awesome,
it's
dude.
great.
Tails, because I
It's-
remember the whole Tails thing at the end.
Tails,
Right.
yeah, dude.
And then Jim
Tails
Carrey.
is awesome.
Oh, yeah. I gotta watch it.
Jim
I gotta
Carrey
watch
looks
it.
even cooler.
It's
Knuckles
dude,
is so cool, dude.
All right.
It's a total Sonic movie, and it's just so enjoyable.
Well, because I
dude.
feel like the ending of the first one was just like, I like where this, like, that's
Yep.
where it was
Tails,
like,
yep.
yeah,
That's
okay.
true.
I gotta check it out. I
The
gotta
whole
check it out.
theater just lit up. when
They lit
Tails
up.
showed
like,
up.
Oh, okay. No.
Yeah, they all got lit.
Oh,
Right.
dude, yeah.
I was like, they got lit up.
All right, but dude, yeah, I remember like that movie in the beginning, like when it was coming out, was bound to be shit.
Oh, yeah,
Like
dude.
it
Oh,
was
that
bad
whole
because of
thing
the way
was-
Sonic looked.
Yeah, it was.
And they
He looked so,
So
fucking
awful, dude.
bad, dude.
He
so
looked so
like
awful.
that. I'm not sure if that's something that's gonna be remembered forever.
I think it's
Like,
gonna.
but like for example, like when our kids look back and watch this movie, do you think there's gonna be any trace of that? Like maybe they'll find an old trailer because
Maybe true.
there's a whole
yeah.
trailer where he looks like that, right?
It reminds me
So-
of like the whole
Yes.
like Luke, Star Wars when
Yeah,
Lucas kind
exactly.
of remade the prequels and added in. Oh no, sorry, he added in a bunch of
You're right.
newer
you're
graphics
right.
to like the old
To the
films.
old
Oh my
ones.
God.
So like
You're right.
nothing like.
I saw that version the first time.
Yeah.
The first
Crazy.
time I'd ever seen was the shitty.
Yeah, same here, and I
Yeah,
remember.
What's so funny is that they look way worse. Like
Yeah.
like literally.
People were
Who could have
pissed,
seen
yeah.
that and greenlight that? Like yeah, this looks better than the way better looking
Yeah.
older ones.
I feel like it was around the time the prequels were being made, so
Mhm.
like he felt like he needed to do that to the old movies.
You're talking about
Yeah.
Star Wars?
Yeah, Star Wars.
okay.
Sorry, yeah, but going back to the video game stuff, yeah, the Sonic fucking everything about it. When I first saw the trailer, I was like, why does Sonic look like that? Like I didn't.
But they fixed it, man.
Yeah,
They turned
the
it around.
backlash was terribly.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure,
terrible.
like, the way the first Sonic movie ends with Tails, I'm sorry, it's a fucking spoiler, but Tails shows up, like, dude, we experienced that in the theater, me
Yeah.
and Nintendo. Were you there?
No,
That was one of the greatest cinematic experiences.
Yeah?
Like, everyone in the theater was like, oh,
Oh,
Tails!
yeah.
Dude, like, it was incredible. And I almost feel like there's no way that was planned originally when they had Sonic with his original look.
No.
It would have been a
Oh,
shit
yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Dude, they turned that whole series around for sure.
Yeah. Seriously, man. Kudos to the animators and the artists that had to
Fucking
just completely redesign Sonic and make him look awesome. By the way, because now
Yeah.
he looks so good.
They kind of
like,
dropped the
the
whole
new
making it
model.
look too real with the fur and like
yeah,
all this.
that
like,
looked like crap.
yeah, just give
Like,
them the.
stop doing that.
Yeah,
People who make anything that has to do with video games, like any adaptations, stop making them look realistic. Nobody wants that
Yeah,
crap. That's
nobody-
why they play games to,
Yeah.
escape from the reality.
hmm
You want cartoony and like video gamey, like not bland.
I
like-
know, like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he looked like like a dirty mutant cat. Is what he looked like.
It's so bad.
It was bad.
All right, so
Yeah.
Sonic 2 and then
Yeah.
Sonic 1, kind of like,
Yeah,
you know,
off there. Like we could pair him like Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat and Annihilation. but
I
not,
feel like
not that much of a contrast.
Right.
but yeah.
Damn, so those are the top video
Yeah.
game movies.
Yep,
All right, cool,
there you
man.
go. Video
Good,
games.
good to know about Brantendo 64.
yeah.
So we're gonna wrap this show in a little bit,
Mhm.
but before we go, Brantendo 64. Is there anything you'd like to say or plug?
Yeah, youtube.com/Brantendo64. That's the Channel 3 channel. Go ahead.
That's also at Brantendo 64.
And
Yeah,
also
oh, the
at-
handles. Yeah, the
And
handles.
also at Brantendo64 since YouTube has new handles. So there, and that's my handle everywhere. So yeah, follow me on those channels. And if you want, yeah.
Cool.
That's it.
Brantendo
Yeah, man. Awesome.
64, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks for being on the fucking
Party.
show,
Yeah,
man.
man. And catch him on some of the things that we do. He'll be popping up on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cool
I'm
shit.
sure we'll mention him on every other.
Yeah, we'll
podcast
throw him in
following
here
this.
every once in
Yep,
a while.
exactly.
We'll have him as a guest, and people will know more about
Yeah.
you. It'll be
Yeah.
fun.
And I know you're all fans of the PP, but don't go sending me your PP in the DMs if you follow me.
All
on
the PP
Instagram.
heads, go follow Brantendo. Give them all the shit that you give us, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
nothing but
Yeah.
praise.
Cool. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in to the PP Podcast, episode 6. He is your host,
Axel X Jimenez, that's your other host.
Daryl. He's our guest.
Brantendo64.
There you go. That's his real name.
Have a great, cozy, wonderful night, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you guys.
Christmas
All right.
time is here.
All right. Bye-bye.
Christmas cheer.